On reste au Kenya encore ce matin.
We stay in Kenya this morning again for the press review. Kenyan Daily, the East African details the violence which erupted in Kisumu and Homa Bay County, the strongholds of the opposition Raila Odinga yesterday. In Kisumu, a majority of businesses remained closed as protests rocked part of the city in agitation against alleged rigging of the presidential poll. Residents opted to stay away from the central business district, with the police shooting in the air to disperse irate youths. This came even as Kisumu Governor Jack Ranguma rejected the gubernatorial results, which had indicated that he was trailing his main rival Anyang' Nyong'o. Justus Kotieno, a taxi driver, said business was at an all-time low with the number of clients drastically reduced after the elections. He said his colleagues had also reported poor sales. In the direction of Algeria, the Daily Liberty dedicates an interview of the Algerian Prime Minister Abdelmajid Tebboune with his French counterpart Edouard Philippe, who provoked a fierce raising of shells in the country. According to Liberty, this encounter betrays through the reactions it aroused the existence of tightness, more or less violence at the top of the state. Otherwise, it appears as a confrontation between the two forces that attempt to neutralize each other. One, the most visible, is organized around the Prime Minister, who has argued before Parliament that it is his mission to separate money from politics, a roadmap endorsed, he said, by the President of the Republic. The other is the association of the boss of the group of ETRHB, Haddad, the chairman of the Forum of Head of Business Ali Haddad, the brother advisor of the head of state, Said Bouteflika, and incidentally, the Secretary General and of the Union of Algerian Workers, Al-Mejadid Sidi Assaid. The whole paradox of the situation continues in the article, as it is much the Prime Minister as his opponents say act on behalf of the head of state. To conclude the press review, in Chad, the country's weekly delivers a critical title of power. Is this the return of the dictatorship in the country? Does it question? The newspaper reacting to the fact that some 20 opposition party leaders were prevented last Saturday from visiting the mayor of Mundu, Locaine Medar, in prison. Security forces intercepted them on the outskirts of the city, arresting them. An event which constitutes, I quote, a further drift on the long list of violations of democracy, freedoms in which power is exemplified.
S'illustre le pouvoir tchadien en ce moment.